time the Eagles started 0-2, they still went to the NFC Championship game. That was back in 2003, so don't worry just yet. Hey, how are you, folks? Jason Horowitz and NFL.com's Pat Kirwan with you here on the NFL Preview Show. We're breaking down Detroit's trip to Philadelphia. And, Pat, when the season started, many probably looked at this game and scoffed, maybe chalked it up to Philly. But all of a sudden, you've got an Eagles team that can't score. One offensive touchdown. People blaming it on Donovan McNabb, but what's the missing piece? Is it all Donovan's fault?
I think this has a lot to do with Donovan coming back from injury. You go back and look at Donovan last year before he got hurt, and you can make a case that this is just a continuation of what was going on. I believe the team is 2-6 in the last 8 games that Donovan has started. But in watching Donovan right now, he looks mechanically sound, but the ball is coming out of his hand, in my opinion, early, and that's why a lot of these passes are high. And I think that's that little clock in his head that realizes the pressure's right here. I don't want to take a hit. He's got to get through that period. He's got to take a big-time hit and realize I'm not going to get hurt, and I think he'll settle down.
So far, 25 points in the first 2 games. As for Brian Westbrook, as of Thursday, another MRI with his knee. Listed as questionable, but people saying he should go. We'll find that out later as the weekend goes on. But if Brian Westbrook does indeed play, what role does he have to play in this game?
Well, he's going to play in this game. And if you go back and study his history, he's had injuries before, and he stops practicing during these weeks, and it has not affected his performance in years past, especially last year. So I would not get alarmed that he's going to be spending some time on the sideline during the practice week. He needs to touch the ball 25 times a game. He needs to get himself isolated in a passing game against those Detroit linebackers, and then he needs to establish the run inside. There are opportunities to run the ball against the Detroit defense off tackle. They got a pretty big nose tackle, but the defensive ends are built for pass. They have big tackles in Philadelphia. They should establish the off-tackle running lanes.
And really, when Philly got on a hot streak with Jeff Garcia, it was because they started to run the football as well, so that would be a big part. As for the Lions, they may get a big boost. Tatum Bell has been helping out, but Kevin Jones probable for this game. Remember, last year he went out with an injury to his knee as well. If Kevin Jones actually does play in this game, what can you expect from him?
Well, I don't think they're going to just throw him back on the field. They don't have to do that. And they, in fact, like Tatum Bell as a fit in their offense. But Kevin Jones, when you look at him last year, the guy caught a lot of passes for him. He understands the third down package. When I look at Detroit, it's going to catch up to them sooner or later. They're a 31% run. And granted, their best weapons are in the passing game, but there are times they're going to have leads in games. Get that, Detroit with leads, and they're going to have to be able to kill the clock, run the clock off. That's where I think Kevin will come in handy.
And Tatum Bell, as you said, has definitely added a new dynamic to this team, running the ball. But not
you
as
love
much.
it because Detroit's 2-0.
They are 2-0, and unfortunately for people in Philly, they're 0-2. More on that in a sec. Let's bring in the AccuScore prediction. It's one that does include Kevin Jones. All the computer tests, all mathematical, no human element whatsoever. Plays the game 10,000 times, all the factual elements, spits out 10,000 results, and here's what it came up with. Well, the Eagles won 65% of the time and scored 26 points. Pat, add the human element. Do the Eagles actually score 26 points?
I think the Eagles have a chance to score 21 points, maybe 24 points, and win the football game. And you go back and study Andy Reid. I hope the computer figured that part out. This is a guy that was 7-11 in his first and second games of each season since he's been the head coach. They've notoriously been a lousy start team. You referenced 2003 when they were 0-2. And they went 12-2 and won the division and went on to the playoffs. So this is a team that psychologically has been here before. They've heard this head coach talk to them about these problems before, and I think they'll respond.
I think they had more weapons, though, back in 2003. Donovan McNabb was also healthy, so that's a different aspect.
Are you saying Detroit's going to win?
No, I actually think the Eagles will win this game.
I wanted you on record.
I do think the Eagles will win this game. All right, they're trying to avoid their first 0-3 start since McNabb's rookie year. As you referenced, the Lions, on the other hand, trying to get to 3-0 for the first time since 1980. Do you know the quarterback that year?
No, I don't.
Gary Danielson, who's now working for CVS, by the way. It's the Lions and Eagles kicking it off at 1 p.m. Eastern. More on this game or the rest of Week 2. Be sure to search all over the net on the CBS Audience Network. For Pat Kirwan, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care.